Hello, this is Top Preps interviews by Sunil Sundaraj. This morning, I'm happy to be speaking with Ronnie Richardson, the founder and CEO of R2Cares, that is hosting a baseball and softball camp on November 22nd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Lake Region High School in Eagle Lake, Florida. Once again, Ronnie, it said great to be speaking with you. Congrats, on your success here again as the founder and CEO of R2Cares and hosting this baseball and softball camp on Saturday, November 22nd. And I guess, right off the bat, if you want to just talk about, the camp and just what's involved and, who's going to be, I said there, the special guest in terms of former and current Major League Baseball players.
Yep. Hey, thanks for having me. I know you talked about the camp, right, on
Hmm.
November 22nd, but it's just
Hmm.
not just the camp. We're calling this the weekend of wellness. So
Okay.
on Friday, on November 21st, is actually the start of our weekend, right?
Okay.
And the first thing that we're doing is Orlando Health is actually putting on a mental health youth first aid certification. And
Hmm.
that's for anybody in the community that want to get this certification, right? So I did the
Hmm.
certification myself in spring training. And when I looked around, when they put us in this vulnerable state, what happened was I looked around and I saw that some of my coworkers that I've known for 3, 4 years, was battling something internally. So I
Hmm.
was as well. I was going through separation anxiety, right? For the first time ever, I thought I was crazy, you know? So literally, man,
Yeah.
I was like, anxiety, what is that, right?
Yeah.
So I battled through that. I got through it. I had a conversation for about 45 minutes with Jonathan Grau after that, right? And
Hmm.
he was like, man, you're powerful. You need to tell your story. But my
Hmm.
biggest takeaway was like those people around me, because I felt like I knew them, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't feel comfortable sharing. Why don't we feel comfortable sharing? Because of fear of what people
Hmm.
think, society, we think we're all alone. You know what I mean? But I'm here to tell you, like, everybody's going through something.
That's true.
How do you overcome that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, I thought that was a really cool opportunity to get this thing started because I wanted this to be the foundation of what I do. Like our mission is we want to strengthen minds and empower communities,
Hmm.
by creating mentorships, teaching, things that you can do by sports. My most successful teams was the guys that bought in and played their role.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily the most talented teams, you know what I mean? So I wanted to make that the core of our foundation. So that's why we're starting there. And then on November
Mm.
21st as well, we're bringing a coaching symposium.
Yes.
So mental health, this is where everybody's talking about it, right?
Yeah.
But not many people are doing something actually about it. Why? Again, there comes that word fear again, right? They
Hmm.
don't know how to deliver it. They don't know what to say to people, right? So we're bringing Josie Nicholson, which is a sports psychologist that built the entire Ole Miss psychological program for the athletes that went from zero to over 200 employees. The reason I was bringing that to Polk County especially was because as coaches, we always got to continue recruiting or trying to make sure our players are right mentally. We
Hmm.
can't, if they're not right mentally just on the field, it could be something off the field that they're battling that's the cause of the reasons on the field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we want to create that safe space for them so we could actually have honest conversation and support that kid, right? So she's going to be talking about ways to connect with Gen Z athletes,
Hmm.
identifying a mental health struggle, right? When to intervene, how to intervene. And then we're also talking about, just ways as coaches we can implement mental fitness, we call it. It's not mental health, right? It's mental fitness. In order
Hmm.
to get to levels that you want to go to, you have to control your mind. If you don't work on your mind, no matter what you do from a physical standpoint, if you can't control this, you'll never get to where you want to
Yeah.
go. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we
Hmm.
want to make this the core of our foundation. And then with the wellness panel, the leadership panel, I'm bringing in Chris Singleton as our keynote. I don't know if you've seen the post that we just put on Instagram today, just kind of to highlight his story, right?
Hmm.
His perspective is amazing. The story itself is a tragedy, right? But it was his perspective, how he controlled his mind, Um, my man's mom got murdered in a Charleston shooting his freshman year of college.
Oh boy.
So
Okay. Yeah.
he ended up getting drafted still after that.
Yeah.
But when he went on E60, millions of followers, they were poking him to say something negative. And his
Hmm.
words were, I forgive my mom's killer, right? I grew up in the church. She died in the church. My mom would not want this. She wants peace and unity. Let's use this time to come together. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that's just power in itself. Every time I say it, I
Yeah.
get motivated to do something more
Yeah.
because if he can handle speaking to people and telling his story to continue going and getting out in the community and motivating people to stay strong, why
Hmm.
can't I? You know what I mean? No matter what you go through, somebody's always has it worse. I like to say that all the time. We're
Hmm.
bringing AJ Andrews. She's a Gold Glove recipient, right? First ever female to ever win that. So it's empowering these little girls as well
Yeah.
to do more. You can do whatever you put your mind to, right? We got Gerald
Hmm.
Smiley coming in. Just guys that are comfortable sharing their vulnerabilities,
Hmm.
letting people know they're not alone. So that's the core of all of this. We got a few other speakers as well, local people, and also some people flying into town. It's like I'm having a, I don't tell people no is a problem of mine,
Yeah.
but now that people know what we're doing, I keep getting
Hmm.
messages, hey man, I want to be involved. How can I be involved? How can I come?
Yeah.
So I'm like, come on, man, let's just fill this room up. Let
Yeah.
people know that they're not alone, right? And then on the
Hmm.
22nd is the camp. I'm bringing in as many big leaguers, former big leaguers, coaches, people in the community that have some leadership skills and they can move the community, right? We want
Hmm.
everybody because we
Yeah.
go further together. We can't go to the place that we want to go alone, so we want to
Yeah.
make sure that people know that they are welcome.
Yeah.
We want to get people that's accomplished a lot of things in their lives to tell their story. We want to honor those that came before us. We want to
Hmm.
highlight those guys, right? But also the guys that's in minor league ball now, professional ball now. What are you going through? How are you getting through the day to day? What were the
Hmm.
adjustments you had to make from high school to college to professional or high school to professional, right? What are the things that you got to do to accomplish that? How do you stay focused, right? So that's why we're putting things together like this, and I'm bringing all these people because that's important to me, right?
Hmm.
I used to tell people this all the time. Like, I felt like people knew me as the athlete. They didn't really know me as the human,
Yeah.
right? I was a highly recruited player, could have went anywhere in the country, right? I ended up getting drafted, turned it down, going to school. But I was living through the crowds, man. And it was almost like a facade, right?
Hmm.
Because I was battling stuff off the field from childhood traumas and things that went on in my life, like I was a young dad, right? How do you grow up that fast, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter was in my dorm room my freshman year.
I mean, it's a lot of
So,
responsibilities. I
yeah,
mean, that's not easy, as you said, at
yeah,
a young age. I mean, you have to, here you have to like, care for this young person and like, then meanwhile you're going to school and you have other tasks at hand as well.
yeah, man. So
Yeah.
that's why I like to tell people, like, nah, this is me serving other people through my
Yeah.
foundation.
Yeah.
And I get satisfaction by seeing other people grow, seeing other people succeed,
Hmm.
right? I struggle telling people no, like I mentioned earlier, because
Yeah.
like if I have any information that I can share to help somebody else, I'm
Hmm.
gonna share that information.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why we use the sport because I'm still a double A coach with the Rays, but like for me, I deal with professional players, guys that make a lot of money, right?
Hmm.
The main thing, my main takeaway is these guys are human. They have insecurities. They want to be coached,
Hmm.
right? And that's something I don't think people understand. Is oh, these guys are professional athletes. They got everything. No, man, like these guys are away from their families on a daily, right?
Yeah.
Coaches as well. We don't honor the coaches enough. We spend more time with other people's kids than we do our own,
Yeah.
right? But we're constantly getting yelled at. Why would he do this? Why would he do
Yeah.
that? Right? Like you never get to honor. Those guys are spending so much time with these players. We have to honor them.
Yeah.
Um, so with all that being said, man, that's why we're bringing this thing all together. And hopefully we get, more people to understand what our vision really is because it's
Yeah.
bigger than the game. Um, so after we do the kids camp with all these really cool people, one of my favorite people that came to the camp last year was Denard Span. You know why? Was because he's one of the most humble, down to earth people you will ever meet.
Hmm.
Ever meet. He was a special assistant for us at with the Rays, and I'm doing some outfield drills with our guys. And anytime someone of that magnitude comes around, I want to give them the floor to tell their experiences.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, man, you got it, you got it." And then he asked me a question that's going to be on my mind forever. And he was like, "Man, how did you get guys to ask for one more in the outfield? You make this thing fun." And I was like, "Because I'm authentic." I tell them, "Look, this is going
Yeah.
to be monotonous, right? We're going to have to do it over and over again, but I want to make it fun for you guys. I do not
Yeah.
like eye wash. I do not like eye wash. I'm not going to just go do something just to do it. Hey,
Yeah.
let's do it efficient. Let's do it the right way, and then we're
Mhm.
done because you're going to remember those movements. But if I just bang out baseballs
Yeah,
to your
just keep on
face,
hammering it away. But the
yeah,
key to the equation, as you said, is having fun. I mean, that's the bottom line right there. You have
yeah,
to, the purity of the game, you have to enjoy that. If you don't, it's not worthwhile.
it's not because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we're playing a game and we have
Yeah.
to make it fun. But then
Yeah.
also, that guy played over like 13, 14 years in the big leagues, and he's asking me,
Hmm.
how do I keep it fun? I was like, what? This is crazy, man. No, bro. I don't know. But that was cool for me
Yeah.
because like as I got to really know him and see how Christian man, family man, he's doing his
Yeah.
thing with his foundation, giving away a car to a single mother because he grew up in a single family household.
Hmm.
That's honorable because
Yeah.
now he's helping somebody else. God has blessed him, and now he's blessing
Hmm.
others. And then for these kids to see him out there,
Yeah.
understand like he's down to earth, man. That's why I'm trying to bring as many, big
Yeah.
league guys to mix in with the local guys to tell their story and then to mentor these kids coming up after us. So
Hmm.
that's why I want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But after we do that camp, we're giving away turkeys, you
Oh,
know,
that's wonderful
and
to hear.
over 200 right now donated. So if there's anybody out there that want to, donate some more turkeys to us, we're taking those on, and the
Yeah.
more the better, right?
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
people out here that financially can afford it, especially the government shutdown,
Yes.
right? How can we help those, right, relieve some of the stress of their next meal? Like
Yeah.
I mean, I was blessed with some really cool people around me that believe in the vision.
Hmm.
And Gordon Foods was actually the first one that came in and sponsored. Well, I'll take that back. So my lawyers, Lenny Rodriguez from Tampa Bay attorneys, last year they donated the turkeys to us. We did 100.
Hmm.
This year we already doubled that by Gordon Foods being able to come in and provide that. We got sides as well, pies, and 200 turkeys while supplies last.
Mm.
So I get so pumped up about this because like not only are
Yeah.
we doing the camp, which is very minimal fee for that, but the
Yeah.
people that's going to be there, right? The mentorship that's going to be given to these kids
Yeah.
is like I don't understand why people are still being reluctant to send in their kid. Maybe I didn't do a good job getting the message out there for exactly what we're about, right?
Hmm.
But it don't matter. We're still going to do it because what's happening, I told this at the panel last year. I said, the foundation for this foundation has already been laid. Now we're
Hmm.
about to build the house. And we may not reach you today, we may not reach you tomorrow. But the thing is, some people will go through their journey on their high horse, being afraid to share their story with us. But at some point, you're going to hit a downfall, and we're going
Hmm.
to be there to catch you and make sure we can point you in the right direction when life hits you hard. Everybody has that moment.
Yeah.
Um, you're a human a lot longer than you're an athlete. Think about that.
Yeah.
And I always go back to one of my favorites. One of I always go back to one of my favorites because Derek Jeter was one of my favorite players, man. But that dude was in the league at what, 18?
Hmm.
Let's talk about his struggles his first year. He
Yeah.
made like 50 years in what, that's a lot. to being a Hall of Famer. But the point of the matter is, he's on to his next career.
Yeah.
You don't play this game forever, but if you want to be a part of the game forever, you can do that as a fan, as a coach, as an agent, front office. You can own it, right? Like you could take the game to leverage to become a doctor, an
Mhm.
attorney, right? But the game will pay you, not always financially, right? But get your school paid for, right? A free education. It can pay you by the people that you meet while building your network, right? That's why we want to make sure that we're available to have an event like this.
Mhm.
And it's not just about the event, like what's next. I don't want to be just the turkey guy, right? We're creating this mentorship program, right? To where if the kid wants to reach out to us just to talk, we're gonna have opportunities for them to be able to reach out to some of our mentors.
Mhm.
And we're building something that's bigger than ball. It's not just baseball. It's
Yeah.
all sports because people need somebody that they can turn to and feel safe.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this. I'll give you some inside information right here. All right.
Okay.
We're already in the school system, man. So I'm giving away scholarships. The first one is going to be $1,000 for strengthening minds and empowering communities essay. What does that mean to you? Right? And then the kid that wins that, a senior this year,
Mhm.
the school system is going to match our donation. So we're going to pay the school that the kid wins from, and we're going to pay the kid as a scholarship.
Yeah,
Then
that's
we're also going
outstanding. I
to
mean,
do, what'd
yeah.
you say?
No, that's outstanding news to hear. That's really, paying it forward. I mean, it's got to be, again, a very satisfying, fulfilling, I said, achievement for you.
Yeah, man. And then we're also doing a art contest because I believe people express themselves through journaling and they
Hmm.
express themselves through art.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and make that available. And then how do we get better at that? Well, who knows what I got up my sleeve next? I may give a scholarship to whoever comes to the camp this year,
Yeah.
you know? So, that's some pretty cool stuff that's happening, man. And again, it's all about empowering the next generation of change
Yeah.
makers, man. Like it's not just about the game. We all
Yeah.
know this game's gonna come to an end one day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You need fallback options. I mean, you teach all the fundamentals and techniques, but it's the life skills that matter the most.
I don't call it fallback options, right?
Hmm.
Because I believe in you have to build your career. Athletes miss valuable time by building businesses, building brands, right? Because they
Hmm.
wait till they're done. Why wait till you're done? You know what I said earlier. You're going to be a human a lot longer than you're an athlete.
Yeah.
So you got to build what you want to do in your life simultaneously as you're going through your journey. And while you're going through your journey, when you're in college or you're in professional ball, you have a voice. You just got to learn to
Hmm.
use it,
That's true.
right? You're going to have people following you just because you're an athlete, right? But what are you going to do with those opportunities?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's why I tell my guys now, I said this earlier as well, honor those that came before us.
Yeah.
Highlight those and teach those that's going through it now. You know what I'm saying? And then the third part of that is mentor somebody, right?
Hmm.
Have a mentor, be a mentor, and then also
Hmm.
learn to be a mentor peer to peer.
Yeah.
Your five friends that you're around is going to influence a lot of what you do.
Hmm.
I believe that wholeheartedly. We talk
Yeah.
about vulnerability. When I was coming up, I told you, man, I felt like people knew the the athlete. They didn't know the human.
Hmm.
Well, when I was going through it, battling mentally, we going out, the crowds and this and that. The people that I was around when I signed, they helped me spend my money.
Yeah.
You know, they had the money, but they'll help you spend your money, right?
Yeah.
But when you hit that low point in your life,
Hmm.
it's gonna be there.
That's
You know,
true.
and who's gonna be there to tell you like, hey man, I got you, bro. What you need? You
Yeah.
know, you had me when I was at a low, I got you. Those are the type of friends that you want to be
Yeah.
around you. So that's why this whole thing came about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You find out who, again, who's authentic and genuine and who's fake and phony. I mean,
Yeah, but that's part of
that's,
life,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that is. That's
That's
true.
part of life.
That's true.
We got people out there that take,
Yes.
right? Well, I'm the complete opposite. I get satisfied from serving others, helping others, right? I didn't get to the big leagues as a player, but the thing is, right? There's opportunity still to get to the big leagues. Is that my goal? No,
Hmm.
it's not. I want to impact the people where I'm at,
Yeah.
right? But if they believe I'm the best candidate for that role, the players know that I do it for them because I
Hmm.
treat them like humans. They're already really good. I made this post on my social media the other day, like, hey, I coached my first Gold Glover. What do you think I did for him this year? Absolutely nothing, right? Well, I can't say nothing, right? It was more, it was more about like the check-in. It was about the check-in, right? It was, hey, what do you need from me? He was already good defensively, right?
Yeah.
How can I help your routine? You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to make sure he's taking care of his body, making sure he was right mentally. That's with all of my guys.
Yeah.
How could I help you? How do you need me? When you get to double A, they're already really good.
Hmm.
Everybody's good. You get to professional ball, everybody's really good.
Hmm.
What's the separator? The
Yeah.
mental,
Yeah.
the mental. So, I mean, this is my purpose. This is why I do this.
Yeah, that's it. It's great to hear. I'm just wondering, like, Ronnie, just with R2Cares, just how everything evolved, for you, just, with this organization, instead of becoming the founder CEO. I just was wondering what, instead what the real driving force. I'm intrigued by that as well.
What was the driving force?
Yeah, and just
Life,
how it all came together, how it all came to
life,
fruition. Yeah,
life, right? Because
yeah.
I've always given back. I've always been doing camps and lessons, right? I've
Hmm.
always been serving others. And then there's a time where you have to make sure you're right mentally,
Yeah.
right? If I'm not right at the field, how am I supposed to give them everything that I got?
Hmm.
How am I supposed to put down that wall and let them know, that people go through things. Everybody's got
Yeah.
something going on.
Hmm.
Yeah, hey, sorry. Gerald, we're talking to Top Prep Sports right now. You know, I appreciate you, man. Got some people answering some questions real quick through the
Okay.
chat. Hey, I appreciate that, Zach.
This is
Yes,
a
what?
first, Ronnie,
Yeah,
having an
man.
Instagram live
Hey,
in real
I've never
time.
really done this, but I know, but
Yeah,
what people have told me, like, Ronnie, you got to go out there and talk
yeah,
more. Let
yeah,
them know what you're about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
that's
like,
right.
okay, cool, let's do
Well,
it.
you're definitely expressing yourself.
Yeah, because let's
That's
talk
good. I
about
mean, it's good to speak, truth to power, and said you have quite a bit to share in terms of your journey and with R2 Cares. I mean, this is what second year you're doing this camp here with R2 Cares, and as you can see, it keeps on growing rapidly. Said every single day, week,
uh,
month, now years. So I mean, sky's the limit. It said for this foundation here.
yeah, man, we're not doing this just to do one thing. We're trying to build
Yeah,
this thing to sustain itself,
yeah,
you know, because at the end of the day, we all want to get to the big leagues, but how many people is actually going
yeah. I
um,
know it's a small percentage
to
that
see a
reaches
big
that.
league game,
Yeah.
right? And then I like to drop these numbers on them. We all want to be a big leaguer, right? There's only 25,000 major league ball players that put on a uniform in the big leagues to date.
Hmm.
25,000 or less. That's less than 1%.
Yeah.
But we got all these travel ball tournaments, all these coaches taking all this money from these kids, saying you're going to be a big leaguer. Well, those are one percenters. We
Hmm.
can't go and watch a big leaguer and be like, I'm that guy. We
Hmm.
didn't see the process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to see the process. So go to a college game, go to a minor league game, go to the
Hmm.
backfields and see what those guys are going through on a daily.
Yeah.
All right. You want some
That's
more
the
numbers?
true grind and process there. So yeah.
You want some more numbers? Here you go. There's 5,500 minor league players on a yearly basis.
Yeah.
What makes you different? How are you going to get there? Right? What's the
Hmm.
separator? That's stuff that we don't talk about. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So for me, we have to start talking more about the mental, the process, right? Because
Hmm.
I know you see the quote, this game's 90% mental, 10% physical.
Yeah.
I didn't believe, well, I'm not gonna say I didn't believe it. I didn't
Hmm.
understand it until I've actually been in the thick of it, going through my journey. Man, baseball is easy. It really is, right? The separator is how do I deal with the failure that this game brings along?
Hmm.
Well, you're gonna fail over, well, 3 out of 10, you know what I'm saying? You're a Hall of Famer over your career. How many people are doing that right now? So
Hmm.
how do they stay positive in the game that they fail so often? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
we don't think about that. How do you do it? You
Every
know?
day, just you keep on persevering. I mean, I said it took me 16 years to break into sports media. I said
What,
faced
16
plenty of
years. Wow.
denials, rejections. Uh, I'm still not there. I'm still not on the other side of the hill. But the fact is that you keep on learning every day, you keep on growing, putting in, the time. I said up early in the morning till late at night. That's really what it takes is that work ethic and dropping that content and again connecting with people in your field, athletes, coaches, parents. I mean
Yeah.
that's really it's one big community and network now, and especially with social media has just again enhanced that. So it's just like that's really I mean again there's no secret formula. You just keep again. It's day after day. It's just that's what it. The commitment and dedication is what is required.
Yeah, man. And you said a couple things, but again, we say, how do you overcome that? You said
Yeah.
you had to battle rejection, right?
Hmm.
What's that process look like? How did you do it? What was your support system? You know?
Family was there. I mean,
Oh,
without
man.
family, that was I would be toast. I mean, I wouldn't be anywhere. I mean that's the thing. Wife. My kids, my parents.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
let's talk about this. What about the people that don't got the family?
that's true. Yeah,
You know, who
I
who who are
know.
they? Who's
Yeah,
their fallback on, right?
I know. Yeah.
Their fallback on is the coaches that's dealing with them on a daily. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's why I talk
Those are the
about,
people who become the father figures, or said
yeah,
even the moms as well, mom to be's. I mean, said I mean that's
appreciate
who
it.
they rely on, for their support system.
So
So
now let's go back to the event, right? You
yeah,
say the
yeah,
coaches, right? Because some people don't have their mom and dad together.
mm-hmm.
Some people, they're single mothers, right? They're single dads. Now they got two, three kids. How are they supposed to pay for
Mm-hmm.
getting guys to this camp, getting you to this tournament with having to
All the
go to,
equipment, the tournament cost,
yeah, so
uh,
I want it to be different.
camps. Yeah,
I want it to be
that's
different,
where you're
man.
stepping in, making that
Yeah.
difference. Yeah,
So now we go back to the coaches.
yeah,
If a coach is not in this coaching symposium, especially if you're a local guy,
mm-hmm.
why are you really coaching?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Why, like, what's your why? Just to say you're a coach? Well, I know high school coaches don't get paid. Little league coaches are a lot of, volunteers. But what's your why? Is it just because your son is coaching or playing? Just because your daughter's playing the game?
mm-hmm.
It should be bigger than that, right?
Yeah,
So if I'm bringing this opportunity for you to learn from Josie Nicholson, that's a sports psychologist that built the entire Ole Miss program, a SEC Power Five school. If you're not working and you don't have anything on your schedule, why are you not in this room to grow?
mm-hmm.
Right? We have to get these coaches in these rooms because they're the first stop. We need
Yeah.
them.
They're the first line of defense. Yeah,
We need
yeah,
them, right? Because they're
yeah.
either gonna make sure these kids love the game or they're gonna hate the game.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I refuse to be the reason why somebody hates playing these games, man, or playing sports in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because the impact that I know that we have on these kids' lives. The first stop, again, you either make it or break it.
Mm-hmm.
You get to us, it's either because I deal with a lot of guys now, big league guys, potentially minor league guys at the double A level. I told you everybody's already good.
Hmm.
But at that level, they're battling, am I good enough? Because they're knocking on the door, right?
Yeah.
Or they're battling like, man, I got real bills. I got my wife that's on me every day because she missed me. My kids are missing me,
Hmm.
right? The real life, but then you're supposed to perform at the highest level. How do you do that?
Yeah.
Well, we got to be able to highlight those women too that's supporting
Hmm.
their husbands, dads, fathers, those kids that don't. Man, I miss so much with my oldest daughter,
Hmm.
but I'm so proud of her because like she graduated fifth in her class, right? Then she's now working on Royal Caribbean. So now my after the event, I'm going on a cruise to see her so she's not
Yeah.
alone. But I felt guilt a long time because
Yeah.
I was playing the game, chasing it in the minor leagues all over. When
Hmm.
I'm home, but like I'm still a dad from a distance, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can't even say from a distance. I'm a dad that's always there
Yeah.
no matter where I'm at,
That's true.
right? But I know she felt sometimes like she wanted me at her games. She was a
Hmm.
dancer, right? But the best call I got this summer was when she goes, Dad, I just got the 9 month contract for Royal Caribbean. I was getting ready for a game. That game didn't even matter. I was ready, you know? So, and then dealing with my youngest, she's the one that taught me how to love. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's why this stuff's so important.
Yeah. It's fantastic news to hear.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all. I'm talking to some of my followers. Here you go. We got they, yeah, my
There you
lives.
go.
Hey, they asked, are you guys coming to the camp and the panel?
I hope we can. I will, do my best, to attend that event.
Hey, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
this is just
Yeah.
why,
Yeah.
this is my purpose. If they think I'm the best guy to keep going, I like to say I keep fooling them until they fire me, right? But being authentic in who I am, understanding that these guys
Yeah.
need help. They need help. It's
Hmm.
not just about the baseball.
Yeah.
We had one of our top guys this year balance some stuff off the field, but I'm like, hey man, I care about you as a human. Talk to me.
Yeah.
What you got? I'm
Hmm.
here. If you want to go
Yeah.
get food, like I'm here. I did some things that I probably shouldn't do on the field, but I knew this is what got him to know that I was with him in that box. I'll
Yeah.
show it to you. Actually, we're finna do it. I'm at third base coaching, right?
Oh man, Ronnie,
Yeah.
this is
Uh,
one for the books here.
yeah. I'm at third base coaching, right? We give our
Uh,
signs.
yeah.
He's on deck. It's
Yeah.
a chance for us to score a run there. I
Yeah.
stop the runner from scoring, then I look at
Yeah.
him, and in my sign, I just do this. Like, let's go. I got it, right? I may be on ESPN at some point, right? Like, but I knew he needed me to just do something to
Yeah.
show that I believed in him, right?
Hmm.
He gets a hit, we score a run, and now in the dugout, I'm wilding like, I knew you were gonna get it. I knew it. I knew it. I believe, like, let's go.
Yeah.
Sometimes, man, and this game is so hard. I think people
Yeah.
don't, they forget that. They forget how hard this game is,
Yes.
right? So, what are we doing on the daily? What's the process like?
Hmm.
Okay, you can have a really good process and still go 0 for 4.
Yeah.
How
That's
crazy is
right.
that?
I know.
But then as you continue doing that, right? 0 for 4. Hey, good process. Good job, right? Mentally, man, I don't have the results I want. How do you keep going from there?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But you got to understand what a good process looks like. You have to
Yeah.
understand, right, that it's not just about the end goal. It's not just about the result.
Hmm.
It's about making sure I'm swinging at good pitches. Once that ball leave my bat and I know I squared it up, it's defenders out there. Like their job is to get you out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Their job is to get you out. So like we have to be okay with lining out to the second baseman or lining out to right field or
Hmm.
smoking the ball and the outfielder robbing it, right? But relay that to life.
Hmm.
How do you relay that to life? Well, I didn't get the job I wanted. I interviewed 10 times. Nobody's hiring, right?
Hmm.
What are you going to do to overcome that? What are you going to
Yeah.
quit?
There's no throwing the towel. Once you come this far, there's no,
Yeah,
I said, there's no going back. I mean, you got to just, again, keep on plowing forward,
keep on
keep
pushing,
on
man.
knocking doors down and just, just rising to the occasion. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you, hey, what's up, JT? You need to come to the camp November next weekend, November 21st, 22nd. Check it out, R2Cares. All right. Yeah, man, but how do you keep going when it's not going your way?
Yeah.
I call it, this is what I call it. I heard this at the Buck O'Neill a few years ago. A
Hmm.
mental health speaker was up there talking, and she talked about the seasons, right? No matter
Hmm.
what you're going through, it's just the season you're in,
Hmm.
right? You have to weather the storm and get to the next season.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, that's powerful. Powerful.
Yeah.
That is powerful,
Yeah, it
man.
is. Yeah.
Weather the seasons because the leaves change. They're not
Hmm.
staying in that season. So when you relate that
Hmm.
to life, what happens?
Yeah.
You know you can overcome it. And then the guy was a CEO. He spoke at the Buck O'Neill conference as well. He was a
Hmm.
Nike CEO at that. And then
Hmm.
he said something that stuck with me forever. He was like, man, when I got to a certain level, when I started showing up to the job because I wanted to, he goes, I operated different. And I was like,
Hmm.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. You know what I mean? Think about that. When you show up
Hmm.
to the job because you want to, not because
Yeah.
you have to. So when you show up because you have to, meaning, oh, I got these bills, I
Hmm.
got to go do this, I got to pay for
Yeah.
that, you don't function the right way,
Yeah.
right? You function in chaos. You function in chaos, right? Once you learn that, I like to say I've mastered operating in chaos, which is the reason I say that is because I understand how to meditate, take a step back, visualize, reset,
Hmm.
understand that this is just the season I'm in. But someone just said, okay, how do you determine when the process isn't working or to stick with it? Well, it's the long game, right? It's not just about the quick results. Anything that happens too fast sometimes is not the best thing for you,
Hmm.
right? What do they say? What's it saying? Nothing comes easy, right?
Hmm.
If it's too good to be true, it probably is. But that's the way I look at it. If the process isn't working, you take a step back, reevaluate, reflect, ask why is it not working, right? And then if you gotta make an adjustment, make the adjustment. We go back to the sport, baseball. If you're in the box and your timing's off, what do? You make an adjustment.
Hmm.
You make an adjustment, right? And the
Yeah.
guys that make the adjustment the fastest are the ones that the process works for them.
Hmm.
You make the adjustment the fast. That means they've identified what the problem is, right? And then that next step was make an adjustment to get to that next feeling, right? In
Hmm.
life, you make the adjustment, reflect, and then you try again. The guys that get to the big leagues, you know why they're there? Take a guess.
Go
You don't know? They learn
ahead.
to make the adjustment the
Yeah.
fastest. The
Yeah.
younger guys, they make adjustments weekly,
Yeah.
right? The guys that get to college, they make the adjustments, maybe it's 2, 3 days. Then they make the adjustment, right?
Hmm.
The professional guys, especially in the big leagues, they make the adjustment pitch to pitch to pitch, but
Yeah.
everything that they've learned along their journey helped simplify how
Yeah.
fast that they can identify the problem and then make the adjustment to get over that hump.
Hmm.
In life, I keep going back and forth because this is
Yeah.
how the game is so important for life.
Yeah.
Don't look at failure as like I failed. What you want to call it? I'm not good enough, right? When you fail, how do you navigate that?
Hmm.
How do you navigate the failure? Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, you
Oh,
have to. You have to step out of your comfort zone. Yeah,
it makes
that's
waste. Yep. You step
yeah,
outside your comfort zone,
yeah.
but then you get comfortable being uncomfortable. Like I hate
Yeah.
public speaking, man.
I know.
Hate it. I absolutely,
I
that's
never
the
used to be in front of the camera. I mean, I used to be behind the scenes, but then when I pivoted and changed that up, what about 4 or 5 years ago? Of course, COVID time, Zoom came on, and then the rest is history.
how did you pivot though? What was your process? There we go again. What's your
Yeah, that's
process?
true. That's true. Making, yeah,
You know,
adjusting. I mean, I know.
because
Mm.
doing things and getting the same results,
Yeah,
if it's not working, that's when it's time to make that adjustment.
yeah,
But the thing is, when
hmm
people are going through life and they keep doing the same thing, but you're not getting any results, positive results,
hmm
then maybe I should open my mind to being more open-minded to trying something different.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? That's with coaching, that's with the real world.
yeah,
I don't know everything. I don't. And somebody that tells you they know everything, run the opposite way,
yeah.
right? Because we need to listen without already having a response ready to go. Think about that.
Yeah.
The people that I'm not gonna say hate, I'm gonna say dislike talking to, is if you tell them something or ask them something, you're having a
hmm
conversation, and they always got to answer, or they always have a better way.
hmm
Well, that lets me know right then and there that you don't have an open mind
hmm
and you're small-minded because you're stuck in your ways
Yeah.
and you're the problem. You're gonna be in your own way. You know what I mean? So,
hmm
yep, yep. So this is crazy, man. I love
Yeah.
doing this, by the way.
Yeah,
That
no,
was,
it was great. All right, Ronnie, I'll give you the final word and message here. It said uh, for for the athletes out there, the coaches,
yeah, man.
yeah.
So if you're not following R2 Cares on Instagram, Facebook, right? I think you guys should go ahead and do that. If you want to know more information on r2cares.org is the website. This has been built, well, I'm not going to say it's been built in a year. It's the first year that we've actually been around from an official nonprofit, right?
hmm
But we're building this thing to stay. So if you're a coach that want to get involved, we welcome you with open arms. If you're a player that want to get involved, mentorship, any of that, we want you involved. Families that's gone through some tough times, we want you involved, right? We're welcoming everybody. And then if you haven't seen the press release, hopefully you guys can share that. Did I send that to you?
I think you still have to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll send you the press release, right? Let's
Okay.
do the press release. Just check out some of the stuff the collateral we have on our website, the stuff that we have on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Share it, like, comment. If you want to share this live, man, like this is the first time you can hear from me. If you got any questions, call me, message me directly. Like I'm always available. And for me, I think if we go together, we go a lot further. You know what I'm saying? So that's
hmm
why I'm all about collaborating and how can we meet you where you're at? No situations too big or too small or not as important or important. We want to meet you where you're at. So, like I said, anything you guys need to know, share. We do need sponsors though. If it's up to me, I'll give everything away for free. Then look at my account later going, I can't keep paying for this. I just want to show up,
Yeah.
spread the word, and help people grow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. And then use my network to bring in other cool. I got some really cool friends. D. Gordon's going to be at the camp. Jamal Weeks is going to be at the camp. Gerald Smiley is going to be at the camp. AJ Andrews, the first Gold Glove winner, is going to be there. Who else? Denard Span was there last year. He just texted me. I got
hmm
to see what. Hopefully, he's there. Chip
hmm
Lawrence is the special assistant of scouting and a global cross-checker of the Detroit Tigers. He's going to be there, right? So this is about empowering people.
hmm
Um, if you have the ability to play this game at a high level, they're going to find you. That's not what this is about. This is about connecting the mind, body, and soul, right? And actually keep going to making sure that we're just doing the right things. And that's for me is be a good person.
Mm.
Be a good person, treat people with respect, and then be
Yeah.
open-minded to growing.
Yeah.
Um, that's it. That's really it.
Yeah, well said. And Ronnie, a true honor and privilege being able to speak with you again about R2 Cares, and again, wishing you all the best, with the events taking place on, November 21st and 22nd, and just to keep up the great job.
I appreciate it. We got some guys in here. Xavier Isaac just joined, man. This is
Okay.
one of our top prospects. Um, I'm gonna tell a quick story on this before.
Okay.
I've always told that kid about, just be a good person for one, sign the autographs for two. But
Hmm.
then, bro, I care about you as a person. I don't care if you don't like me with my motivational ways right now. You'll
Hmm.
love me later at some point. He has a special opportunity, right? And then one phone call this summer, just one. I knew I was living in purpose when he called me and said, "Man, I finally understand what you're talking about." So I
Hmm.
was proud of him for growing up. His little brother, man, is his idol. He looks at him like my daughter looks how my youngest
Yeah.
looks at me. His little brother looks
Yeah.
at him. I'm like, this dude, he loves you, boy. So we want to make sure he's
Yes.
a human, man, and we want to make sure as he's on his journey
Yeah.
that he inspires somebody else. But I appreciate you guys, man.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate
All
it.
right, thanks.